What's going on, guys? Welcome back to this 1FZ turbo 80 series build. We are just finalizing a few things on this engine. Should I say Rex is finalizing a few things on this engine. And between doing other stuff, I'm just filming.
Like usual.
Like usual?
Yeah, I'm doing everything.
Yeah, because I'm doing other work, aren't I?
Yeah, filming.
Awesome. Alright, well, I'll leave all those tunes out there for you to do as well.
Alright.
And I'll just follow you around with the camera all day.
Alright. This is really bothersome. Fuck off.
Are you regretting it yet? Anyway, there's just a few little final things to add to this engine before it's ready to go in the car, which we can start on very soon. So we've got the 1FZ pretty much as together as Rex wants to get it together on this engine stand. It's starting to get very heavy. As you can see, it's a very large motor and it's quite heavy, and the poor old engine stand is only just sort of coping. So we've decided that's where it's going to be until we get it in the car. Anyway, it's looking good, getting excited. A few more steps closer. Let's get it. Like, that's a pretty decent turbine. Like, surely it's, like Rex was saying, he reckons, he checked the numbers again, he reckons it's closer to a 35 than what we thought. So anyway, hopefully we can actually make a, you know, a decent little bit of power out of this. Should be good. Alright, so now the motor's just about ready to go. It's time to get the big heifer into the shed. Now this thing is heavy, it weighs a freaking ton. It is the most annoying thing to try and push around. So, yeah, we've been waiting till we're sort of ready because we want to put it in the hoist, and the next time we want to move it is going to be under its own freaking power because it sucks ass. So anyway, I'll get the mighty Pulsey out of the road. Love me a bit of wind. You know, got a Rexpert getting into this heavy artillery, get this thing moved around, which I used to ride a mower last time. That sucked. Alright, so I'll steer, Rex will pull, and this will work fine for going backwards, but I don't know what we're going to do when we need to start going forwards. Let's go. Alright, that was not as bad as I expected. Really looking forward to getting this thing together. We've got to get on the... Did you ask Ben about the front end? Whether he's got all the lights and stuff?
No.
I'll have to get onto him and get all them off him. Because we probably want them in there to mount the intercooler and stuff as well. So, it's another thing I don't think I talked to you guys about. You would have saw when we started pulling this thing apart, it had like a water to air intercooler setup on it, which I'm sure was awesome. But for the results we're trying to get out of this thing, it's probably a bit of overkill and a little bit more overcomplicated than it needs to be. Not only that, it's another risk. You know, if something was to happen in the heat exchanger and it was to start leaking water, you end up with a gob full of water in your engine, and as we all know, that's the easiest way to bend rods, is to hydrolock it. So we've decided to just go to an airflow air-to-air intercooler, which, you know, it's gonna, for what we want to achieve, it's gonna do the job fine, and it just makes everything a lot simpler. You know, simple is best for something like this, which is going to be set up for sort of touring. But I almost forgot how cool it is, how set up it is inside. It's like a full spec cruiser. Look at this. Got the doofs. Both door cards. Like, she's a pretty wild setup. Full custom center console, full custom everything in the back. Not sure how well I went through that the first time, but like got the big water tank there in the center. She's pretty wild. Big roof cage drawer thing. Got a roof center console. As you can see, got the other door there. It's got doofs as well. And you can see we're full setup. Big sound. Got our e-boost up here. E-boost Street 40. So the same one that we run in our cruiser. So yeah, pretty cool. We'll have to get together and do a big like a onsong performance street. Sorry, not street. Onsong performance beach day with a heap of the cool forward drives we've done. We'll get like this thing there. We'll make sure our 80's ready to go. We've got a couple other Turbo LS, you know, patrols and stuff coming up. We've got that RB25 patrol I did for Darcy that made nearly 500 wheel. We've got that 1J, twin turbo 1J Hilux we did for our mate Matt, who owns the Skyline. We've got a few like pretty cool forward drives that we've done, so it'd be pretty cool to do like a big you know, beach day and get them all down the beach and running amok. Be a cool video. Like, it's a pretty full on setup. We've got the swing away here. So we get that out of the way. And then like you look in the back, I'm pretty sure I did go through this in the first video, but it was so long ago, you probably all forgot anyway. Look at that. Got full drawers set up. This one's, it might be this one. I don't know, one of these is the ones like your kitchen that slides like all the way out. It's a pretty wild setup.
It's, that one there.
It is this one? Yeah, so like this. Like, look at that. So that comes like, whoo! Look at that, your little cooktop goes there. It is freaking wild. Boom! Nice. It is pretty cool how like imaginative you can be with a setup like this. Like there are just nooks and crannies for stuff everywhere. It is, you know, it's cool. I like it. That's like a whole 12 volt. It's freaking awesome. I don't even know what that is. Owner's gonna have to show me one day. It is a pretty cool touring setup. So without the water to air setup, we can get rid of this tank. Like it just deletes a whole heap of crap in the engine bay that doesn't need to be there. And being that this thing's set up for touring, it's already set up like dual battery, compressor, weird compressor stuff everywhere. This is all like to do with the actual compressor. There's heaps of stuff in here already. So the other thing is it's actually a fiberglass bonnet. So it's a bit of a freaking rig, this old jig. Bit of a rig. Rex is as excited as I am about it. Alright, so we've encountered a little bit of a problem. So we ordered that PWR radiator for this thing, and you know, it's going to be a 4-week wait or whatever it was going to be a wait to get it here. So we've had this idea, we were like, oh, we'll just chuck a stock radiator back in, it'll do to run it, get it dynoed and tuned, and then, you know, when the PWR radiator gets here, we can swap it out and that'll be all sweet. But we just had a look, it must have been when the owner was cutting stuff out before he send it to us. But the stock radiator's got big old cut through there with a grinder. So yeah, probably not gonna happen. Which is a big pain, because that means now we are pretty much at the mercy of having to wait for the PWR radiator to get here. Which is a pain. That sucks ass. But anyway, what can you do? You can only do what we can do. Woohoo! What a sight to behold after all this time. So what you just saw there on the time lapse, Rex actually had to pull this airbox off and clean it out because it was like so full of oil. So that's been all cleaned out, ready to go. We've got rid of our water reservoir there, which we don't need anymore. And yeah, getting there. We had another like a water pump for the water to air setup and stuff all here that we didn't need. This is the actual water pump for the water system for like the touring setup. So that's got to stay, obviously. There's a few other like air compressor setups and stuff that actually the motor runs an air compressor, which I'm pretty sure runs the compressor for the setup as well. But it's another one of those things where it was all pulled apart before we got it, and we have no idea how it goes back together. So we'll talk to the owner and see if that's something he wants us to sort out or whether he wants to sort it out himself. It's sort of out of our scope a little bit, something like that.
You're not even in the picture.
Alright, ladies and gentlemen, as you can see, we've got a 1FZ in the hole, in its home. That's where it lives. So, Rex doesn't believe me that the picture's bigger in the back.
wider at this side. Yeah, right.
Yeah. What? Right. Will you sleep tonight now?
No.
No.
You know I don't do that.
Anyway, 1FZ's in the hole. At this point, it's a matter of just starting to go through the loom and stuff and trying to figure out how it all goes back together. Because, as I keep saying, we weren't the ones that took it apart to this sort of point. So, a fair bit of figuring out to do. But it's par for the course. It's going to get done, and it's getting close, which is exciting after all this time of waiting. It's a mad bummer that we have to wait for longer for our radiator, but hey, that is just what it is.
You said bummer.
I did say bummer. So what bummers did you have getting it in here, Rex? Because I wasn't here, and Rex was kind enough to actually time-lapse it, so I hope you guys enjoyed that. But yeah, so what bummers did you have getting it in there, mate?
Honestly, not many. I didn't even swear once. I didn't even swear once. It was
I
actually...
don't believe that.
No, it wasn't too bad. Got it in close, it was just hanging a little bit twisted and just bloody gave it a bit up with some screwdrivers, and she just went...
Nice.
Just went together and then just in the hole. And
Nice.
just, you know.
Sweet as. Rex didn't have much trouble getting it in there, and now it's in there. So I guess that's probably an episode. Tune in for the next one. We'll be getting it just a little bit closer to being done every time, hopefully.
It really wasn't too bad considering I had to do it on my own.
Proud of you. You make me proud. Anyway, guys, hope you've enjoyed. Smash like, smash subscribe, smash like again, just in case you missed it the first time. And we'll see you on the next one. Cheers for watching. Peace out, see you, bye.